This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, the banks are in trouble, okay? If you guys remember, they had the banks term funding program, and they stopped funding banks. The last date of those banks took out loans was March 11th of 2024. So that means that yesterday, on March 11th, 2025, all those loans were supposed to be paid back. And here's another thing. When the banks got these loans, they were allowed to use as collateral instruments that weren't exactly correct in their assessment. What I mean by that is this. The government allowed the banks to value collateral at their stated price, not their market price. For example, say they had a stock that they were using as collateral, and the stock was, they bought it at $100, for example. When they got the loan, the stock might have been trading at only $10, but the government allowed them to value it at the original $100 as collateral for these loans. So now that these loans became due yesterday, the banks that did not pay back the money as of March 11th, 2025 are technically in default. And if they're in default, the government has a few options. They can give them an extension. They can start to take their collateral. I mean, there's a lot of options available to the government. But if the collateral was the stated collateral and not, the stated value of that collateral, not the real value of that collateral, what is going to happen if the government starts taking the collateral of these banks? It's going to push the banks deeper in the hole. Now, do I have the list of banks that have defaulted on these loans? No, I do not. Is the government going to put it out anytime soon? I don't think so, because they want us to believe that the banks are doing well. But I am very confident in saying that I am sure every single bank did not pay back their loans yesterday, because a lot of these banks are having liquidity issues. You saw what's happening with Wells Fargo and Chase. They started eating themselves, okay? Cannibalism. Because they are getting desperate. When they start getting desperate, they turn on each other. And I believe there are banks who did not pay back their bank term funding, and sooner or later, the government is going to ask for their money, and that's going to push the banks into a deeper hole. A lot of the bad actors, naked shorting, AMC, GME, and other stocks, utilize these banks for financing. So when these banks are having liquidity issues, when these banks can't keep the lights on, they do not have any money to lend to the naked shorters. And of course, you know what the banks are going to do. They're going to call in their margins. They're going to call in the loans. And if the bad actors don't have the money, there will be forced liquidations. Because when the pressure's on, as I tell you guys all the time, self-preservation kicks in, and the banks are not going to drown with the naked shorters. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think all the banks paid back their bank term funding loans yesterday on March 11th? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.